it's Tom Hobden calling. Now, I have had my half-term rest. I am fully slept and totally energized, ready for you guys out there to give you some kind of handy hints and top tips of ways that we can just get moving through this. Yeah, that's right. Here in the UK, we are now in lockdown 2, the return. It's slightly gloomy. Loads of you have been planning things, getting your classes ready, being generally creative, and loads of that has been cancelled. But there is a way through, and I'm hoping that this episode will help you with that little way through. I'm going to give you my top 3 tips about creatives in lockdown to be able to move forwards, make things, and make sure that you are dancing absolutely every day. I'm talking way too much as ever, and I think, you know, just for tradition's sake, we should jump straight into the intro. Oh, I should say, if you're brand new to this channel, hello, welcome, and please do subscribe down below. But let's go. Okay, so you've probably noticed that we've had a little bit of a pause on the ones to watch. I just want to rest assured you that we've definitely not stopped. I've got some amazing people that I really want to highlight in the coming weeks, but at the moment there's so much going on that I thought maybe I need to just address the elephant in the room, which is this lockdown wildness that we're about to go through. With the next month, 2 months, 3 months, who knows how long that we've got, I thought I'm going to give you some tips about how you might be able to survive creatively. Now, I'm certainly not here to tell you what you might like to make. That's all up to you. You're a wonderful creative people. You can figure that out for yourself. But maybe some guidelines, some principles, some ways to think that are just going to keep you moving. So let's jump straight in, shall we? Off we go. Top tip number 1 is all about keeping it short and simple so you can get creative as often as possible. One of the things I found is that if I try and overly plan something, that I'm going to do it all day, I'm going to do it all week, or I'm going to do it all month, all of the time, I just find that it's a bit overwhelming. And actually building that plan to making it start, it kind of seems more trouble than it's worth. So I tend to find doing something really short, really snappy, and making sure that it's locked in my diary every single day really helps me to be creative. That's why I'm the man talking about dancing every day. So just think about how you need to be creative and how can you have that stuff just at your fingertips so you're ready to go and be able to do it. So top tip number 1, keep it short, keep it simple, and get creative as often as possible. Hello. We are on top tip number 2. Top tip number 2 is about keeping your connections out there with people. I might reach out on a social media, I might do it on messaging, I might do it on emails, I might just pop down the road if I'm allowed to see my family. But what's really important is making sure that you're communicating. All of those influences of other people will go into the well of inspiration and will allow you to be creative. Now, if you do like to be by yourself, I know this one can be quite hard, so maybe just take tentative steps, but just know that the richness of others will bring a real richness to your creativity. So top tip number 2 is about keeping connected. Give it your best shot. Top tip number 3, well, this is one of the ones I really love. Now, if you're in the performing arts or any kind of artistic practice, you've got maybe a couple of options. Now, it's not black and white, but it's a way that I like to think about it. Option number 1 is you actually deal with what's happening right at the moment. So you make some kind of creative response about how you're feeling. So the dance I made at the beginning of this video was me going wild and going, ah, because that's how I'm feeling. But there is another version of this. Sometimes life is not what you want to deal with, and actually, like some kind of imaginative, unicorny, wonderful kind of Christmas place is what you do want to deal with. So have a think about that in your creativity. Do you want to go to a land that doesn't exist, an imagination, a place away from everything you're doing, or do you want to stick with the here and the now and maybe try and deal with some of that stuff that's going on inside? Have a think about those 2 places, have a think about which direction you might like to go in, and I'm sure that creativity is going to flow. Top tip number 3, over and out. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, so I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. I'm pretty sure that the rest that I had has really kind of given me some energy and some optimism to be able to carry me through all of this lockdown too. But there you go. So what am I thinking? Well, my friend Tim Casson, who's a brilliant choreographer, he's been making a bit of a show about how people survive. And he told me that actually for people to survive, we need to be optimistic and we need to stay with our community. So I'm going to try and do that for you guys. Going to keep upbeat, keep jolly, going to keep throwing everybody every day at you. And I'm just going to encourage you, like, reach out, come get in contact with me, get in contact with others, because it's the only way that we're going to get through this blasted lockdown. So what am I last to say? If you've liked today's film, give it a thumbs up because it makes you feel good and it makes me feel great. Subscribe somewhere down here. I'm almost at 300, so maybe you're going to tip me over the edge. I would be so pleased if that could happen. Write a comment there, be part of the community, try and, you know, add something out, a little flavour down there below. Leaving me super last of all to say that I want to see everybody dancing every day. I have done my punk one. I feel like you should totally try that because it was very cathartic, I have to admit. Make sure that you're doing it, but that is me over and out. Tom Hobden, goodbye.